2007 Pontiac 5. When last we were here, we did struts and sway bar end links and bearings, which are still in our bucket of parts to take to scrap. Today, power steering, the pump is shedding its own fluid. We ended up getting new lines because who knows where the leak is. We just get all new stuff. And the lower control arms on both sides are bushings are screwy and are all sacked up. So we're working on this guy today. Not a bad deal on a Saturday night. Get to work on some of GM's finest. 3.5. Okay, we'll get after it. So, air box out. New air filter incoming. We're taking a look at pulleys.
There's too much play in that for me, but
let's take a look in here. Do a quick reminder of where our belt goes. There's our fender power steering. As you can see, it lubricates everything in the area. We got birds zooming by. Cool little gas shock for an engine stabilizer. There you go. So, if you're looking at belt routing, over the top of the alternator, under that idler, over the top of power steering.
It's over the river and through the woods.
Whoa. Over the top of, shut off our light. We lost our light. Over the top of that idler. And then down to whatever's down there, AC maybe. Then up around the back side. I want to say that's probably water pump. Then down from there to the crank shaft, maybe. And then up to the idler down low, and then straight up to the alternator. So over the alternator, under the idler, over the power steering, and over the, that doesn't wrap very much around there, so it doesn't need much around the power steering. Over that idler, under, over. Okay. Yeah, she is kind of a slimy mess. We're getting after it. This video might be a twofer, but only we're going to do some power steering pump action here. And by the way, we got belt off out of the way. This bracket right here has those two bolts, hold that on. Then we can get in right back there to get the hard line off. The soft line's easy, you can probably just pull it off, we got new ones anyway. But the hard line we want to get off the right way. And while I am working on that, you never can have enough reasons to take out the big dog. So we picked up, is this 0.4? How big is the shank?
Oh, it's a 401.
So a 401 shank air hammer.
Three, whatever.
So it's a big dog. It's a Harbor Freight. It gets after it. Oh! Oh! Okay. There we go.
You gotta take the nut off all the way now.
And that's how you do that. How many hours we have fought with things without having a tool like that. We bought that about a year and a half ago. And that's how you do tie rods. So anyway, with this guy, we're doing tie rods.
Just cut the corner of that and just
Chink.
just gone.
You know what? You don't need all.
You don't need
all
that.
the aluminum
You
there.
don't need that.
So this guy, we're doing power steering. Like I said, we got power steering lines right here. We've got inner and outer tie rods, as well as lower control arms. So that should be what we need. She's a beast. Highly recommended. So that has been, there's some testing been done on what channel?
Torque test channel.
So Torque Test channel, go look it up. And that right there essentially was a what?
It's either a Mac or a Matco. I don't remember. It's one of the two.
Yeah, so that's a real high-end unit. They took it apart.
The only difference is it has a slightly different trigger assembly.
Yeah, they took it apart and it has the same guts. So it's a, I don't know, eighth of the price or something like that. Okay, back over here for the not so exciting power steering work. So inner tie rods are kind of stubborn. Oh, she came. Oop, there we go. So, hard to see in there. But inner tie rods on these GM, Impala, Malibu, Pontiac G6s.
Trailblazers.
They'll run the, yeah, we've done several of them now. So you got to use the right tool that clamps on the outside, and then it kind of twists on there. And then you hit it. Looks like it's loose now, doesn't it? And then you hit it just the right way, and she comes loose. Sort of. Hard to see. Take our tool off and get in there. Yeah, if you don't have that tie rod tool, you're not getting those out. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, so that fitting right there, you need a crow's feet to get it on. So that's the high pressure, that's the pressure line. There's the return line, as you can see. So the clamp slides right out. So we'll get after that. Gotta get your metric set. There we go. Apple's had these for a long time. Are these snap-on?
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
The metric or snap on the other one, the SAE or Mac.
Okay, don't have any snap-on tools, but we got those. Okay.
And it has lines.
Ooh. Okay, so bolt, and then when you're taking off, there's a bracket that's kind of in the way. That bracket guy right there, it's an engine hook to pull your engine out. That has hole, and you see right down there, and that's where we're going to say the sugar bolt. So these bigger bolts are for that bracket, and they're kind of out of the way to do that. And then this is when you can discover a little bit of a mouse house underneath there, but we got it. So we'll vacuum that out and we'll get after it. So we'll go through and clean off our pulleys a little bit, get the oily slime off everything, and remove that. Shock mount right there. Got the new belt. Got it hanging out a little bit. Trying to get some shape. Cleaning up our pulleys. Cleaning up our brackets. And we got Mr. McNoisy over here, which is better than McNasty. Is that a song? Don't ask. Hey, how we doing? Is it fighting us or are we fighting back?
All the above.
All the above. So we got to pop that ball joint loose, and then we get the bolts out on the inside. How much?
Keep on going.
lot of pressure there.
I know. It just doesn't want to come out of the buckle all the way.
Okay, we're getting there.
It might.
And after much suffering, we took that over there. There's a new guy. Whoop. And it goes right in there. But now that we have the A-arm out of the way, I think we're going to sneak in and disconnect the old power steering lines. I go down there into the abyss, down there somewhere, and stick the new ones in. Then we can get the pump back together, and then all of this back in one piece. We'll go for the bottom one now.
I got the easy one, by the way.
Smart.
So,
Multi-billionaires.
trying to get, what are these cups called again, kid?
Yeah, they're just cup seals.
Cup seals out on your Pontiac G6. Takes a little bit of faith. Sometimes you just gotta believe. You can't see all the time.
Okay. That's out. That one's out.
Oop,
Okay, they're both out.
we got him.
The one that fell is, I don't know, one of them fell. I don't know where it was.
Okay, somewhere down there
That's okay.
is an old cup seal.
Oh, there we go.
Or maybe stuck in the grease from the leaky one. You can kind of get them from the side.
You can kind of get them from the bottom.
You can kind of get them from the top. You can kind of get them from
You can't
wherever.
really get at them from any side, but you can kind of get to it from all sides.
There's no good side to get those guys from. Okay, we got that. Pressure line incoming. Okay, so we got out here at just before 9 a.m. and now it's 9:40 p.m. We worked on another Chevy Trax for a while. That'll be in a different video. And on this guy, as you saw, we've been fighting power steering and front suspension pieces. We got the new power steering line in. She goes down there somewhere. Took care of that. Everything here is so greasy. Hosed it down 3 times, wiped it all down twice. We're gonna wipe it down again in the morning. Just brake cleaning all the pulleys off. We got a new belt, letting that guy dangle right there. The pump we're gonna put on. The pulleys are pretty good, but we need to replace those in the near future. They're not bad to do. Suspension wise, there's our new control arms. There's our old control arms. Had to take out the big guns. There's our old pump. And that's where we're at right now. It's late. On these, the tricky part is you need to take the transmission mount, which goes that way, the transmission mount off to get the bolt for that bolt right there on that side, because that goes in over there. Of course, the ball joint goes right under the spindle, and the 2-bolt, kind of a pinch joint, but it's not really a pinch, goes right back there. So that's been a lot of work. Some of the parts we filmed, some we got frustrated and just wanted to get it done, as always. A couple things, whenever we leave a vehicle in the shop overnight, always take battery off whenever we leave. Always make sure all of our battery chargers are unplugged. Leave the lava lamp plugged in though. And then we don't charge any batteries or lights or anything while we're not here. So we leave it all just like that. And I charged the little IKEA speaker, so we leave that guy there and plug those in. It's kind of fun hanging out with some relatives, getting some snacks, getting some work done. It costs real money to bring something in and get control arms done. Real money. I know on my parents' Suburban probably 5-7 years ago, they had front lower ball joints and upper ball joints done. I think it was $1,200, $1,400. And I mean, if you got the tools, it's not hard to do. If you got the time, really it's all about time. And by helping relative out, getting the work done, no problem there. So this is going to wrap up tonight. We'll be right back at you tomorrow. Thank you much. Minnesota is Rust.